2 months ago, the Skins and the Bucs staged a shootout that only ended after an all-or-nothing decision.
Last time we met was a real struggle. It was back and forth.
We had scored a touchdown to make it 35-34. There wasn't much time left.
I knew it was going to be tough.
The ball is at the 1-yard line. I felt our best chance to win the game was going for 2 right there.
And I don't agree with this call. Well, this is risky.
Here's the snap, the handoff, all time over the top.
I felt like there were so many bodies on that particular play. We would have to be very fortunate to get a good, clear picture.
I felt he scored.
Second effort, got it! He's got it, we think!
We had no option but to appeal that.
If that doesn't make your heart pound, what will?
In spite of what people think or want to feel, instant replay, thank God for you, brother.
To me, the ball's not in.
It's going to be hard to overrule the home crowd.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
We're not going to ever worry about anybody else's feelings, not to be insensitive. But all we care about is ourselves. If the last game was any indication, we're going to get what we deserve and we expect to win.
The past doesn't buy you anything. I think the next go around, hey, we better lay it on the line here.
People are out to get us. We all know what's at stake.
If up here, that's the way it's supposed to be.
You know, the big difference I see in these two teams is it's about a month and a half later.
Welcome to the start of the NFL playoffs. From Raymond James Stadium, it's the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. For both of these teams and their coaches, this has been a tremendous turnaround story. Last year, the Redskins were 6-10, and the critics wondered aloud whether Joe Gibbs still had it as an NFL head coach. The critics aren't around anymore because the Redskins are 10-6, and they're red hot. They have won 5 games in a row. Joe, you won a Super Bowl with Joe Gibbs. Has he changed in his second incarnation?
Mike, much to his credit, Joe Gibbs has really not changed at all. As a matter of fact, he just modified a few things. He went out and said he needed some things for his football team. He needed guys with character. He looks for them. He wanted smart football players, and he wanted men with ability. That gives you Santana Moss. He was a great find for him. The other thing that he wanted to get back to running the football. And you have to give credit not only to Clinton Portis, but also that offensive line. They've done a heck of a job.
All right, thanks, Joe. The Bucs have staged an even bigger turnaround. They were 5-11 last year. They've taken that to 11-5, and they're hot too. They won 4 of the last 5 ball games. And Paul John Gruden, the youngest coach ever to win a Super Bowl right here in Tampa, has them right back in the mix.
Well, this may be his best coaching job ever because of the youth in this offense. The reason I like him is because he's a master motivator. His passion for the game, his offense, and this football team. Now, he'll take a shot. 2 months ago against Washington, at the end of the game, they went for 2. They got it, they won. It turned their season around, and that is why Tampa is here today.
Thank you, Paul. And when we come back, Susie Colbert and the players who should make a difference today. For our FedEx Air and Ground stats, Mark Brunell had a quarterback rating of 85.9 this season, while Chris Sims came in at 81.4. On the ground, Clinton Portis rushed for 1,516 yards, Cadillac Williams for 1,178.
You know what that means? It's do or die time for both of these teams. The winner moves on full speed ahead. The loser goes home. Enough said. The fans are up for the ride of their life. An all-or-nothing NFL postseason fight. Hit it! Come on and hit it! Come on and get ready! Are you ready for some football? A wild card party! ABC has the keys, so let's get this baby started. Better buckle up, Super Bowl 40's in sight. The NFL playoffs coming on. That's right.
Welcome to Tampa. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Susie Culver. Susie.
Mike, there is no doubt what makes these two teams go. It's the running game. Clinton Portis comes into this game one of the hottest backs in the NFL. In fact, one of the big reasons that the Redskins have won 5 straight is that Portis has pounded out 5 straight 100-yard games. Back in November, he gashed the Bucs for 144 yards and a touchdown. In fact, he's responsible for the 2 longest runs that the Bucs defense has given up in the last 2 years. The leaders of the Bucs' #1 ranked defense made it clear. Gang tackling is a must to stop a home run hitter like Portis. On the other side, Cadillac Williams has helped transform this Bucs offense. 1,178 rushing yards earned him Rookie of the Year honors. But in the Bucs' November win, Williams was still battling a foot injury. He only got 10 carries, 20 yards. Cadillac points to the positives. Sitting out a couple of games then means he's fresh now. Gruden and Gibbs love this kind of football. Gruden, who says he stole a page from Gibbs' playbook, calls the style of these backs, their running games, violent and explosive. Mike, get ready for a dose of old-fashioned football.
All right, Susie, thanks very much. And as always, the Visa Skycam is here to provide the compelling views of all the action as the Redskins take on the Buccaneers. The playoffs start right after this.
ABC Sports, home of Super Bowl 40, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Back in a jammed-packed Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida for the Redskins and the Bucs. Perfect football weather in the mid-50s. Joe Gibbs, a Hall of Famer in his second stint with the Washington Redskins, and he has had a brilliant postseason as well. 16-5, his career record. His counterpart, 5-2 in the playoffs, but he is 3-0 with the Bucs as he won a Super Bowl here, and he did it against Oakland, the team that he built and then left to win a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Clinton Portis waiting for his chance. But first, it will be the Bucs.
Mike, is this place electric or what? I mean, you absolutely know that this is the first round of the playoffs, the first game that kicks everything off into the postseason.
I'm glad nobody in my neighborhood has the sound system in this stadium. I'd be deaf. John Hall, who had some leg problems earlier in the year, has it teed up. And Michael Pittman is back to receive. Pittman volunteered for kickoff return duty against the Saints and averaged nearly 30 yards a return. He has given them a big boost back there, and they need it because Idell Shepard has moved up to number 3 in the wide receiver spot. Pittman from the 14. Stays on his feet to the 38-yard line. Let's meet the Buccaneers offense.
Chris Sims, University of Texas.
Carnell, Cadillac Williams, Auburn.
Mike Allstott, Purdue University.
Joey Galloway, The Ohio State University.
Ike Hilliard, University of Florida. Anthony Becht, 2006 Sugar Bowl champions, West Virginia University.
Anthony Davis, Virginia Tech.
Dan Benning, Wisconsin.
John Wade, Marshall.
Sean Mahan, University of Notre Dame.
Kenyatta Walker, Florida Gators.
Great start for the Bucs at their own 39-yard line. They open with 2 tight ends, and Cadillac Williams is the single setback, and he'll get the carry. Across the 40 to about the 42. Let's look at the Redskins defense.
Philip Daniels, Georgia.
Joe Salavia, Arizona.
Cornelius Griffin, the University of Alabama.
Ronaldo Wynn, Notre Dame.
Marcus Washington, Auburn High School.
Lamar Marshall, Michigan State.
LeVar Arrington, North Hills High.
Fort Harris, Mississippi State.
Ryan Clark, LSU.
Sean Taylor, University of Miami.
Carlos Rogers, Auburn.
Redskins missing their best defensive back, Sean Springs, who's out with a groin injury for at least another week. Gang tackling by the Redskins, Ronaldo Wynn and Lamar Marshall from the middle linebacker spot.
Well, Cadillac Williams got to understand something about this game. Don't cut back against a team that's that fast on defense, especially when their linebackers as good as they are. But Ronaldo Wynn was the left defensive end, came down and made the play on him. He's got great numbers, this guy.
The first rookie in the history of the league to start his career with 3 100-yard games. Edel Shepard is in as an additional wide receiver on 3rd and long for Sims. Blitz. Good protection, and now down he goes. From behind, Demetric Evans, the backup defensive end, with the first sack of the postseason.
And this is the first time that Chris Sims has been sacked by the Redskins. He was on his feet all through the last game, but you look at the pressure from the right side. This is the biggest concern. Comes on inside, right up the middle. Chris Sims is not going to run away from anybody. He can move, but he's going to have to stay in the pocket, and they're going to have to protect him.
Bidwell, Pro Bowl punter, kicks to Antonio Brown, the speedster. From the 25, slips, lost the ball, got it back at the 37. 12-yard return. Let's meet the Redskins offense.
Mark Brunell, University of Washington.
Chris Cooley, Utah State.
Clem Portis, U.
James Thrash, Missouri Southern.
Santana Moss, U.
Robert Roll, LSU.
Chris Samuels, Alabama.
Derek Dockery, University of Texas.
Casey Rabach, Wisconsin.
Leonard Ray Brown Jr., Arkansas State.
John Jansen, Michigan.
Ray Brown in his 20th season in the NFL. Age 43, he is a starter again after the injury to Randy Thomas.
And he still doesn't sweat.
He is an amazing athlete. Cooley is the man in motion. Clinton Portis against an outstanding run defense, only gets a yard. Let's look at the Buccaneer defense.
Simeon Rice from the University of Illinois.
Anthony McFarland, national champion, LSU Tigers.
Chris Holvan, Cleveland St. Ignatius.
Greg Spires, Florida State.
Derek Brooks, Florida State.
Sheldon Quarles, Vanderbilt.
Ryan Neese, UCLA.
Rondé Barber,
Virginia. Jermaine Phillips, University of Georgia.
Dexter Jackson, Florida State.
Brian Kelly, USC.
James Thrash in as an additional wide receiver. He's number 83. Portis off the right side, nowhere to go. You get the feeling this game is going to be a battle of wills.
Well, yeah, and there's wills on every one of these guys. You know, the thing about it is when you take a look at this defensive line and also the Redskins, look at how close these guys are to the line of scrimmage. Now they're taking off and they're heading directly for Portis. They don't care that you're going to throw the ball. If you want to go and throw the ball, go ahead. But Portis isn't going to gain anything on us.
The Redskins committed, or recommitted, should I say, to the run in the last 5 games. They've won them all, and Portis has been on fire. 4-man rush on Brunell. Good time and throws. Cooley, who has become his favorite receiver.
Mark Brunell really provides them with tremendous veteran leadership. Had a bad knee really last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. Wasn't able to stride and step forward. Good protection up front. Chris Cooley works the middle of that defense. You see the middle linebacker take off and get out of the way.
The numbers on Mark Brunell: 23 touchdown passes, only 10 picks. And he's basically had 2 guys to throw to most of the year. Portis again lowers his shoulder and picks up a couple. Ever since David Patton got hurt, it's been the long pass to Santana Moss, the short stuff to Cooley.
Well, you know, it's amazing. We sat in a meeting 2 days ago with John Gruden and said, Coach, what about Cooley? He said, I can assure you we will have someone on him on every single down. He was wide open.
Well, if you're going to play zone, he'll work the middle of that defense.
Sellers is in number 45 in front of Portis. Good receiver, terrific blocker. And Brunell's going to have to burn a timeout. He didn't like the way the Redskins were lined up against what he saw as a blitz coming. Back to Tampa in a moment. NFL Wildcard Saturday on ABC Sports, brought to you by Budweiser. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. Diet Pepsi. Live football. Drink Diet Pepsi. And Verizon Wireless. Hall of Famer Joe Gibbs, 3 Super Bowls, 16-5 in the postseason. Back to do it again. It took him 2 years to turn the Redskins around.
Mike, and on that last play, Chris Samuels was uncovered. It was a tackle, and the problem was that Tampa Bay pointed to him. Brunell saw it, called timeout. What a smart play by Brunell and a dumb play by Tampa Bay.
Brunell goes to the shotgun, then a spread formation. Blitz coming. And he throws it away, intended for Thrash, covered by Rondé Barber, the Pro Bowl corner.
Besides 2 terrific head coaches in this game, there are 2 great coordinators defensively. Monty Kiffin, really like a head coach on that side of the ball. John Gruden gives him all of the autonomy he needs. He runs that side of the ball for John Gruden. Gruden handles the offensive side. It's like having 2 head coaches, and Monty Kiffin is proud that his defense got to the rank of #1 this year.
#1 overall. They're 6th against the run, 6th against the pass. 3rd and long. Another blitz. Brunell dumps it off. Liddell Betts down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And
there is a
flag
down as well. Mike Carey and his officiating crew working this playoff game. Outstanding group of officials.
What you saw was the veteran leadership of Mark Brunell, just hanging in the pocket and then waiting till the last second to dump the ball off to Liddell Betts.
Holding while the quarterback still had the ball on an eligible receiver. Defense number 23. The 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
That's Jermaine Phillips, the strong safety, who was questionable coming into this game with a knee injury. They'll mark it off after the 12 yards of the play, so the Redskins with a good march into Tampa Bay territory.
2 key 3rd down conversions by Mark Brunell. Nice protection by the offensive line. I think as this game goes on, it's going to be how well the offensive lines protect their quarterbacks and how much pressure the defenses can bring on them. Right now, the Redskins O-line's doing a good job.
Well, Chris Samuels is really, he's heads up on Simeon Rice on the top side. The left side of the offense, the right side of the defense, and they're letting him play.
Brunell, you saw 4-4 all those games with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Portis looking to throw. Moss underthrown. He had him beat. It would have been a touchdown over Dexter Jackson, but Portis hung it up in the air.
Boy, I like what Dexter Jackson just did. He saw Portis pull up, and as soon as he did, he headed for the end zone. Now, he didn't really know where they were at, Santana Moss, but when he got to the end zone, everybody's yelling, ball, 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 and that's why they make this call. And watch what Dexter Jackson does. He'll turn and then hit the ball. That's perfect.
If he can throw the ball outside more, Santana has a shot at it.
That worked for a touchdown a couple of weeks ago. Portis this time swallowed up. Hovan and Dexter Jackson came flying up from the secondary.
Chris Hovan was brought into this football team, a guy who had to prove himself all over again, was asked to change positions. He played the more aggressive of the defensive tackles. They asked him to move over and be the occupier, the guy who controls the center. He did it unselfishly and has been a big addition to this defense.
His career had really stalled in Minnesota. Another 3rd and long for the Redskins. Another blitz. And the pass thrown out of bounds.
This was movement by the Redskins. They were moving before the ball was snapped, and it's going to be 4th down.
And the Bucs are going to refuse it. They're not going to give Joe Gibbs and his offense another chance to convert a 3rd down.
Brunell.
Illegal motion, offense. The motion man didn't get set. The penalty was declined. 4th down.
From here, it would be a 52-yard field goal, and at this point, may be out of John Hall's range.
I was watching John Hall during warm-ups, Mike. Looking at it, I'd say 46 yards on this day looks like his max. So this one is definitely out of his range.
So Derek Frost will come on to kick.
There's a Frost in the air.
No, there's one on the ground.
It's going to be in the air, though, in a second.
Mark Jones, who is 7th in the NFL in punt returns, waits at his 10. And Frost puts it in the end zone. So the Redskins pick up 14 yards net. And the Bucs of John Gruden will start from the 20. Look at all the turnaround stories in the NFC for the playoff teams. Tampa Bay, the best at 5-11, along with the Chicago Bears. But the Giants went from 6-10, Carolina from 7-9, and the Redskins from 6-10. Michael Pittman will check in as the running back on this series. Sims to throw. Had the ball batted away and intercepted. Arrington to the 5. 21 yards on the return.
LeVar Arrington, we saw this guy in the lobby last night. He said, I'm going to hit him with my shoulder, with my helmet. I'm going to do a whole lot of things. He didn't tell us anything about intercepting Sims. Here's Arrington getting back in coverage. This ball is hit. Arrington just in the right position and does the smart thing, man. Protect the ball when you're going to get hit. That ball is batted.
Joe Salavea, and in the first game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defensive line of the Redskins batted 3 of them, 2 by Philip Daniels. Because of the short sets of this offense, they feel like they can get the ball batted in the air, and they did.
Salavea is an often overlooked but a very key member of this football team.
Gruden's throwing a flag on this for whatever reason, I don't know. He's throwing a challenge flag.
Mike Carey's going to come over to talk to him.
I mean, that ball.
Right off the top of my head, I can't think of what he might be challenging.
Maybe the spot.
Well, either that or Salvea shouldn't be allowed to tip anything.
Could be.
That's a new rule for the playoffs.
It's a new rule just for wild card games.
You can see Chris Sims indicating.
The ruling on the field is an interception, and the interceptor was down by contact. It is not a challengeable play about down by contact.
I believe he thought that Arrington might have fumbled at the end of the play. That would be the only reason why John would consider even challenging. You see at the end of this play, as LeVar goes down, the ball actually does come out, lands on it, and you see the football, but he was blown down by contact that is non-reviewable.
And his knees were down. His knees were down.
Arrington's first interception since 2001. In the eye, Portis the deep man. Sellers goes in motion. Portis on the stretch to the goal line. Touchdown.
That's the kind of power that Clinton Portis gives you out of a back that you don't expect because of his size.
Well, I think Chris Holvan missed him in the backfield. He was coming down the line of scrimmage. Here comes Portis right at you. Boy, I tell you, that's power. That is power.
Well, you run over your Pro Bowler, Chris Samuels, Derek Dockery on your left side. That's about 650 pounds worth of beef over there.
The Redskins convert their first break off the interception. Portis goes 5 yards for a touchdown. Clinton Portis runs it in. And the Skins are on top of the Buccaneers after this pick. 7-0.
The Rock is still alive every time.
In his 6th year in the NFL, this is the first playoff opportunity for LeVar Arrington, who is convinced he is not going to be back with the Washington Redskins next year. They will owe him a roster bonus and then an awful lot of money toward the salary cap.
Mike, I believe he will be back. I had a chance to talk to him this week. He wants to be back.
Pittman is deep. Another short kick by Hall. Pittman on the run. behind a wedge, and Pittman again takes it up near the 40-yard line. Another terrific return. James Thrash, who is huge on special teams for the Skins, made the tackle. The Redskins break on top thanks to that run from Clinton Portis. Coming up, Al Michaels and John Madden will have the second half of our Wild Card Saturday doubleheader. Tom Brady and the Patriots start their quest for an unprecedented third straight Super Bowl title as they go against the Jaguars here on ABC, the home of Super Bowl 40.
Tampa Bay's first 4 plays, a 3-yard run plus, a minus 3-yard run, an 8-yard sack, and an interception.
That's not bad for Greg Williams' defense.
You bet.
Cadillac Williams back in as the tailback. Mike Allstott is the fullback. Cadillac again, dancing around the hole. Philip Daniels wouldn't let him outside.
Chris Sims had a career high in this last meeting they had in November. 3 touchdown passes, had a quarterback rating of 119. And the situation he's faced with now is, can he bounce back? The first pass he tried to throw, he was sacked. The second one was intercepted. This is a defining game for him, I believe.
The Redskins defense probably a little more conservative than usual today because of the injury to Sean Springs. 4-man rush. Sims dumps it over the middle, and Cadillac Williams, not much. Let's go to Susie.
You know, Chris Sims did not appear flustered on the sideline after that interception. Second series of the game. It's a tough way to start, but you have to appreciate the pressure that Sims has been under his whole career. The extra scrutiny, Little League, high school, college, the pros. Gruden marvels at how he's handled it. And Sims believes even the tough times when he was at Texas, labeled not being able to win the big game, it's all made him tougher to handle situations like this.
Short yardage here, Susie, and Allstott is the single setback. 2 tight ends, both to the right side. Allstott. Look at that power. He's done it for years. He is just such a superb short yardage runner and much more than that.
He gets excellent blocking up front. John Wade, Manhan, and Benning. These 3 guys in the middle. They're going to run him up the middle. Watch it. Look at the Wade's block. They block down, and that hole is there. Now, you talk about Clinton Portis, you're not going to bring him down with 1 man. You're not ever going to bring this guy down with 1 arm.
He's only gained 85 yards rushing all year long, but he has 5 touchdown runs. Short yardage, he is almost unstoppable. Sims with a deep drop, plenty of time, goes underneath. That's the rookie tight end, Alex Smith. And Alex Smith can't get back anything more than the original line of scrimmage.
When we had a chance to talk to Greg Williams last night, and you saw it on that play, he said, what we want to get Chris Sims to do is start patting the football. What he basically says is when that back foot hits, I want him not to be able to get the ball off in rhythm. I want him to pat it and have to look for second and third receivers. They're going to try and keep Joey Galloway out of this game as a Redskin defense. They don't want him making big plays like he did the first time.
And Galloway is the key to this passing attack. Four-man rush again. Sims, Allstott this time in the flat, breaks 1 tackle, then knocked out of bounds as he got to the 40. If you joined us late, here are the big plays in this ball game. Sims early on had the ball tipped by Joe Salavea and picked by LeVar Arrington. And the former All-Pro linebacker brought it back to the 5 where Clinton Portis took it in for the touchdown. That's where we stand 7-0. Right now, the Bucs in Redskins territory at the 38, 3rd and 3. Pittman checks in on 3rd down. Blitz coming. Sims underneath has the first down. That's complete to Ike Hilliard, the former New York Giant.
All right, let me just tell you something that's happened. In the last couple of plays I've watched with Cadillac Williams in the game, when Chris Sims, Joe, fakes to him, the defense is there. But once he fakes and he checks out of the backfield, nobody's covering him. And they've got to see this upstairs, and they've got to just drop the ball off to him. Get it to the guy that can score for you in the open field.
He was, after all, the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year. First down at the 34. Williams, no place to go. Redskins say the ball is loose, and they've got it still loose. Picked up by the Skins, Sean Taylor. We haven't heard a whistle yet, and Sean Taylor has gone for the touchdown.
That is visions of last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. Sean Taylor with a fumble recovery that goes on into the end zone. And I just got to believe that John Gruden somehow, way, shape, or form, will try and challenge this if he gets a look-see at it.
He's saying, hey, Cadillac, did you drop it?
Are you on the ground? Is the ball? No, the ball's out.
The ball is out. It's an outstanding call.
Marcus Washington was the man who hit him.
I'll tell you, the only thing that's going to be a question here is, did Cadillac Williams touch Marcus Washington while he was on the ground? Because he does reach his arm for the ball. Now, if he touches him with Washington on the ball will come back. That would be the only thing.
Boy, that just looks so much like the Eagle game last week for the Redskins.
Doesn't it?
Sean Taylor picking it up and making a big play for this defense again.
We will find out when we come back. Do the Redskins have 2 touchdowns or just 1 and possession? John Gruden and Joe Gibbs awaiting the results of Mike Carey taking a look at the tape. Remember, the call on the field was a fumble and a touchdown.
Now the ball comes out. Right there you can see the ball is out as it hits the ground. The question here is, Marcus Washington touched while his knee or any part of his body is on the ground by a Tampa Bay Buck. You see, now right there is a foot. That is a foot and a leg of Cadillac Williams trying to touch Marcus Washington. Did he touch him?
Hey, it looks like
indisputable evidence.
And the call is that he didn't touch him on the field.
That is correct.
So they have to find indisputable visual evidence that he was touched in order to overturn the touchdown.
And it isn't
in either case
be overturned, because I mean,
in either case, I can say this: it looks like Chris Sims has settled down from what happened early in the game for him, picking up some key first downs.
I'd like to thank your partners Miller Lite and Hess for sponsoring today's playoff game and for providing each fan with a Buccaneers battle flag.
After reviewing the play, there is no evidence that the recovery was touched. Therefore, the score is good. Tampa Bay will be charged with their first timeout.
Marcus Washington causes the fumble, makes the initial recovery. Then when he fumbles, it's their big-time athlete at safety, Sean Taylor, who picks it up and goes for the score.
And there's a guy who did not play the first time that these teams played. Sean Taylor up around the ball, hitting people. And this defense is swarming all over. Now, ball's on the ground. Look at him come from out of the screen and scoop the ball up and take it on into the end zone.
The Redskins defense turning into a turnover machine at the right time. Last week, 4 in the fourth quarter at Philadelphia. They have 2 in the first quarter here in Tampa. Just holding on to that. 14-0. Redskins on top of the Tampa Bay Bucks. And Paul, I will ask you, what did Chris Sims tell us was the key to this game the other day?
He said 2 days ago, he said, first of all, no interceptions, they have 1. No sacks, they have 1. And don't put the ball on the ground, they have 1. And both of those things, 2 of those things happened, ended up in touchdowns. Wow.
And now it'll be interesting to see how Tampa Bay responds to what is an emotional shock, being at home, going down 14-0. Pittman, the deep man again. Hall, a better kick this time to the 5. And the first time the Redskins have stopped him shy of the 30.
Brought down by number 20, Pearson Prelo.
Here's where these teams would go depending on who wins. Buccaneers against the Bears. That's if the Bucs wins. The Redskins would go to the Seahawks, a team they have beaten this year.
Joe Gibbs says, you know, I really don't have to do much on offense. I've got a defense. We don't know football. Yeah, you're right.
Cadillac Williams, nothing. That Redskins defense is swarming the line of scrimmage. They said Chris Sims is the guy that's going to have to beat us. It's not going to be Cadillac Williams.
Well, they said that the first time and it happened, but Cornelius Griffin in the middle gives them a tremendous presence. I like what John Gruden did on that play. He gave the ball back to Cadillac Williams. He's basically saying, I have confidence in you. I'm not giving up on you. And secondly, he's not just dropping back and throwing against a team when he's down 14.
Three-man rush. Sims has to go underneath again, and Walt Harris immediately wraps up Alex Smith, the tight end.
You know what happens on first down, though, is that the Washington Redskins defense are on the line of scrimmage, so they stop Cadillac for no gain. It puts Chris Sims in a position where now he has to throw the ball on second down, and he has to pick up at least 5 or 6 yards, and they're not even getting close because they're now playing pass on second down, and he has nowhere to throw the ball.
Here's some really bad news for the Redskins. Walt Harris is hurt. They already have lost Sean Springs for this ball game. Carlos Rogers, their rookie corner, has just come back this week. So they really don't have a starter in there in the secondary at corner.
And you have to wonder, was Walt Harris hurt by someone other than Sean Taylor? Because Sean Taylor is just a missile coming flying towards anyone that has the ball.
Could have been drilled by his teammate as he tried to drive the tight end Alex Smith out of bounds. But they're still tending to him on the sideline.
Don't you love this? I mean, when anybody asks the Redskins, Greg Williams especially, what kind of a defense would you call this? They all look and they say, attack. And that's all they do. They attack you. At the line of scrimmage, from the secondary, they attack.
Harris was able to get up on his own and walk back toward the bench.
There you see Harris on the ground, and then all of a sudden you just see him get rolled over.
Looked like Warwick Holdman may have gotten him with a knee in the side of the helmet. Sims is 5 out of 6, but only for 19 yards. Here's a 3rd and long. 4-man rush. Sims underneath, but only picks up a couple, and Pearson Prelo comes flying up from a safety spot, and they have this Bucs short passing game figured out right now.
Sooner or later, John Gruden in this offense is going to have to try and take a shot down the field with Joey Galloway. Whether he completes it or not, he's got to back off those corners and those safeties of the Redskins.
Bidwell to kick, and Antonio Brown will go back, waiting outside the 20. One of the fastest guys ever to wear a football uniform is Antonio Brown. Low line drive kick. Can't make the catch. Will get it on the hop. He's drilled, fumbled the ball. The Redskins got it back. What a break for Washington. Torrey Cox just unloaded on Antonio Brown, and now Tampa Bay says they have it.
No, they're giving it to Washington.
3 Redskins covered it. I don't know how they thought it came loose.
I'm going to make a prediction right now. Antonio Brown will not be back. I believe that Joe Gibbs will turn to Santana Moss to put him back there to protect the Redskins in the kicking game.
I'm going to tell you what, Michael. You say this guy's one of the fastest guys in football? You got to get in the open first before you're fast.
Well, he just took his eyes off the ball. I mean, he sees the defender coming. He doesn't try and catch it. That's the reason they cut him before. So I would be surprised if Joe Gibbs leaves him back there.
That got the Bucs fans back into it. They're on their feet here in Tampa, but the Redskins do keep possession. Liddell Betts has checked in as the tailback on this series. And Betts will get about 3 to the 24-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Boy, Antonio Brown had to wait a long time for that ball to come down after it bounced, and then he paid the price.
That is precarious. When you feel the defender coming at you, and the ball doesn't get there quick enough. It gets there simultaneously with the defender, and that's usually the result.
Well, then he really felt the defender after that.
Well, that's when you just get away from it. You're up 14. Don't do anything stupid on a return.
The Bucs show blitz. And it's Betts again, this time to the 20. Simeon Rice, cracking down from his right defensive end spot, made the tackle.
Well, there's two places today on both of these teams where you really don't want to try to run a lot. And that's right up the middle and then right up the middle.
They're just not going to let you.
No.
They're not. And the way the Bucs have played their defense, they're walking their safeties up, basically defying Mark Brunell to throw the ball down the field to the wide receivers.
Another 3rd and long. The Redskins, both clubs, in fact, have already had several of these. Brunell under pressure, hit as he throws. And Mike Carey says it is incomplete. Simeon Rice hit him, but it is an incomplete pass.
I'll tell you, Simeon Rice, when we sat down and talked to him the other day, he just told us point blank, I'm the best defensive end in all of football. Now, if you want to be that, you say that, that's okay by me. I don't care. I'm not going to argue. But look at him on Chris Samuel coming in. I mean, he is there in his face.
Chris Samuels keeps giving ground, and Simeon just keeps on coming.
Guess who got the ball in the end zone? Simeon.
He said he was going to use his athletic ability because he was brilliant. And you know what? I agree with both those statements.
You bet. I'm not going to argue with him.
He has never been a shrinking violet. Derek Frost to kick. Jones taken down at the 37-yard line. 9-yard return after a punt of 51.
Well, in the pregame, Simeon, here's how he gets himself ready. Look at this. He gets launched. I mean, he pulls himself and snaps. Now he's at full speed. I think with this guy, on the first step, he's at full speed. Chris Samuels, if he hits him the first time, I thought he might have had a chance at the ball the very first shot at Brunell. He missed him and then just stayed with it and came back and knocked the ball out.
I'm going to make a venture. If the Redskins getting 3rd and long again, I don't think Joe Gibbs is going to leave Chris Samuels alone without having some kind of help over there.
Well, Rice finished 3rd in the NFL in sacks because of that speed and determination. Sims underneath. Loose ball again, goes out of bounds, this time for the Bucs. They get a break as Pittman made the catch and was drilled by Arrington, and the Redskins have another injury. That's Ronaldo Wynn, their fine left defensive end. The Bucs, the first 4 times they have had the ball, their long drive is 27 yards. That ended in a fumble. It's been a study in ineptitude so far for Tampa Bay's offense.
You know what's amazing, and we're up here and they are down there getting whacked. But I'm going to tell you, in a game, any game, not just a playoff game, but you see Cadillac drops the ball, Pittman drops the ball. I know they're getting hit, but your job, when you have the ball in your hand as a receiver, as a runner, protect the ball. Here's Ronaldo Wynn, number 97. Actually, his own man hits him, Daniels.
It looks like his forearm, his right forearm, I believe, hits Philip Daniels' helmet. And goodness only knows what happened to it. He grabbed it.
And this is one of the few times this year that the Redskins have had Wynn, Griffin, Salavea, and Daniels all together on that defensive line.
Well, they brought the card out, so it is serious.
Just shame to see Ronaldo Wynn, a very bright, charming guy.
You know, you can see Philip Daniels right there, and he is upset, but he's going for the passer. He's doing his job. It just so happens that you got 2 defensive ends that are coming at the same point, and they collide.
We'll check on the condition of Ronaldo Wynn as soon as we can. Back to Tampa in a moment. They have immobilized the right arm of Ronaldo Wynn to put him on that cart. And certainly it looks like a significant enough injury to keep him out of the ball game. The good news injury-wise for the Redskins is that Walt Harris is back out on the field. And our best goes out to Ronaldo Wynn. Well, if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Offensively and defensively, what do you do now? You've been shocked with the first quarter almost over. It's 14-0.
Well, I think the shock is the right word, Mike. You've been shocked, but they put a pretty good drive together before Cadillac Williams fumbled the last time. Even though it was only 27 yards, they have pretty decent field position. It's a 2nd down and 5, 2nd down and 6. John Gruden can still run the football. You do not want to turn this into a game where you have to drop Chris Sims back and throw it constantly. It's not out of hand yet.
Paul, we've all seen it. When you start making mistakes sometimes, there are times where you can't stop. It just avalanche.
But the one thing that they just cannot do, and with Gruden I don't think he will, because he loves this offense so much, and this is his offense, you don't get away from your game plan. Yeah, you're down 14, but you're only in the first quarter of this football game. You got 3 more to go.
They have not thrown a ball in the vicinity of Joey Galloway yet. Everything has been underneath. This, again, intended underneath for Allstott. It was hit by one of the Redskins' defensive linemen and knocked down again.
But Chris Sims cannot continue to throw that low ball into this defensive line. Watch these guys. They're coming up the line of scrimmage. There's Daniel. There's Salvea. I mean, they're just knocking the ball down. And
but Paul, those are the plays that are being designed. John Gruden's going to have to call something down the field.
Galloway to the near side. 3rd and 5. Snap it. Arrington may be a little offside.
LeVar Arrington does not play a lot on 3rd down for the Redskins. He basically plays only on 1st and 2nd down. And if he does that again, Greg Williams is going to be really upset, and he won't play on 3rd down. You really have this team reeling. Now all of a sudden you give them a cheap, basically a cheap 1st down. They didn't have to work for it. They didn't have to earn it.
They haven't been able to get many on their own.
Right.
Now they got Galloway in the slot. And he's in motion.
Sims are going to hit Galloway in a little swing. They're trying to use that great speed to get to the outside. That's the innovation of John Gruden. You find a way to get the ball to your playmakers.
Gain of 7. 2nd down, 3.
Now they restart the clock, and that's the end of the first quarter. The Redskins have stunned the Bucs 14-0. ABC's Wild Card Saturday continues after this message and a word from our ABC station. Ready for the start of the second quarter here in Tampa, the playoff game between the Bucs and the Redskins. Mike Patrick, Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Colbert, our entire ABC crew. Glad you could join us on a beautiful day in Tampa, Florida. Chris Sims facing a 2nd and 3 with Cadillac Williams, the deep man, in the eye. Cadillac gets the call for the first time, a little running room, and has a 1st down to the Redskins 41.
Do you know what? That almost looked like the Redskins knew exactly where Cadillac Williams was going, because just before the play, the whole defensive line shifts to its right. Watch. Just before the play, look at this. They're all in the line, and Cadillac Williams goes up the middle where he sees an opening. But it was almost like they knew the count and the play.
See, and I think this is the part of the place on the field where if you're going to take a shot, it's a good place to do it.
Galloway, the only wide receiver, and Sims is rolling that way. Throws underneath. The catch made by Anthony Becht at the 31 near a 1st down. Ryan Clark makes the tackle, but the veteran tight end made the catch.
Joe, you may want to throw the ball at Joey Galloway, but man, I'm telling you, they got 2 guys on him. They had him all the way. Sean Taylor, as soon as he sees Galloway break, he's gone. Here's Joey Galloway. Just take a look at this on the outside. Look at Sean Taylor, 21. He's on his way.
That's what they didn't have in the first game, the speed in the secondary and the safeties to be able to run with Joey Galloway.
That's the longest pass play for the Bucs so far today, a gain of 10. Cadillac Stutter step, and he lost a couple of yards.
Cornelius Griffin. What an addition he is back. He did, like he said, we didn't play in the first game. He really is a mismatch inside for anybody. He's a beast. He's over John Wade. Now he just splits the middle. 2-3 people try and block him, and bang. All of a sudden, the running back's on the ground for a 2-yard loss.
Sims against the 4-man rush, finally gets pressure in his face. This one is finally complete to Galloway downfield. He's inside the 20, has a first down.
This was outstanding blocking by this offensive line. But your guy again, Cornelius Griffin, was back in the backfield with Chris Sims. And look at this protection, first of all. Now Sims can look downfield. He sees Griffin coming. He takes a shot, but Chris Sims stands in there and gets the ball to Galloway.
What happens is they bring Joey Galloway inside, and it's a little bit more difficult for the Redskins secondary to identify and double him, and he finds the soft part of the defense.
Rodgers and Taylor were talking to each other after the play as if the other one had blown the coverage. Cadillac Williams up the middle again, stuffed after a short gain. Let's go to Susan.
Well, let's go back to Joey Galloway, and one of the keys to how well Sims and Galloway have connected, they became good friends first, just hanging out at the back of the stretch line in practice. Last year they bonded, and as Galloway told me, when you get to the field, it makes it so much easier to communicate in the huddle, on the sideline. And if you think about it, you talk differently to your friend, you hear him differently. It's all about trust, and they have it.
And we'll tell you another story about Joey Galloway and John Gruden in a second. Sims under pressure. Down he goes at the 33, and it's Philip Daniels who tied for 4th in the NFL with 8 sacks this year.
This is a case of the Redskins coming up and looking like they're going to blitz, and what they wind up doing is backing off, and then the 4 guys up front. Philip Daniels has had a heck of a time putting pressure on Chris Sims, and then you see Chris Kellings, the other guy, coming on in and finishing him off.
Went right by Anthony Davis. It's a loss of 13. John Gruden said when he was a young coach with the Eagles, he went to Ohio State to work out Joey Galloway. He said he ran the 40 in under 4.2. He thought he was running on a short field because nobody can run under 4.2. Sims again has to go out in the flat. This will get about 3 yards to Ike Hilliard.
Field goal time, but they got to put some points on the board. Look at this.
And
I like that face.
When you think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Buck fans will know this, over the last 2 years, their kicking game has cost them more football games. Now, Matt Bryant has done a good job coming in. He's 10 of 11 from 40 to 49 yards, and really has won some games for him this year. That was one of the biggest difference in their season last year, going 5-11 with missed field goals.
He's hit 21 out of 25. This is from 43 yards to get the Bucs on the board. And Bryant right down the middle. So at the 10:02 mark of the second quarter, Tampa Bay breaks the ice. They're down 14-3 at home to the Redskins. .10:02 to go in the first half. The Buccaneers have scored. They're down 14-3 here at home at Raymond James Stadium. Redskins have Liddell Betts and James Thrash deep for Matt Bryant's kick. Betts from the 11 with a running start. Powers his way across the 30 before he's pushed back. Marquise Cooper with the tackle on special team. The Redskins offense will take the field when we come back. Redskins have the football with 9 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the first half. They'll start from their own 30 with an offense that has done very little against this Tampa Bay defense so far, but realistically, they haven't had to. Brunell to throw on first down. The out to Moss. Moss got away from Barber.
The only reason he got away is because Rondé Barber slipped on that. Just like the Bucs want to try and get the ball in the hands of Joey Galloway, the Redskins want to do the same thing with Santana Moss. 84 catches, almost 1,500 yards, 17.7 on receptions.
What a brilliant
and 9
year
touchdowns.
He has had.
Incredible year.
1483 is number 2 in the NFL. And we have an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on him when we come back to Tampa. NFL Wild Card Saturday on ABC Sports, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. Michelob Ultra, live life to the ultra, and Autotrader.com, the smarter place to buy and sell a car. Beautiful day in Tampa, a little chilly but great for football. Shelton Quarles was the injured player, the starting middle linebacker. He was able to get off the field under his own power, stoned on a great blitz pickup by Clinton Portis. Portis moves the pile and has a first down to the 44.
Joe Gibbs told us last night, he says, you talk about a tough guy, it's Portis. Now watch number 26 on Quarles, 53. He stones him. Then Portis told us yesterday, or Joe Gibbs told us yesterday, he says, Clinton Portis said, you know what, when I'm running the ball, they want to kill me. He said, when I don't have the ball, I'm going to go kill somebody else. And that time he did.
Looked like he caught him with the helmet right under the chin and just knocked him out. Ladell Betts checks in on first down. He's number 46 as the tailback. And around Moss. Knocked out of bounds. He took a shot from Dexter Jackson, but he picked up 10. He's a tough little guy.
You start thinking a little bit about this Redskin offense, and to me, Clinton Portis comes in for a play and he goes out for a play. Now, they fake it to Betts. And again, how do you get the ball in the hands of your fastest football player? On reverses, on swing passes, on hitches. Clinton Portis not in the ball game. I thought he played more than he is.
Dexter Jackson just decleated him on the sidelines. Moss just over his outstretched fingertips.
Boy, I'll tell you, he put a move on Rondé Barber. And I tell you, if this ball is on target, it's touchdown. Santana Moss puts a move on Rondé Barber. Here it comes. Bink, bink, and he's gone. Rondé grabbed him, but it's within the 5-yard zone, so you can't put your hands out.
They faked the hitch that time, but credit to that front four making Mark Brunell throw a bad pass.
And usually Brunell, a great touch passer. Missed on that one. Betts, student body left. Ladell Betts keeping his feet. Barber holds him up, and they take him out at the 42. Let's check in with Susan.
Well, Mike, after a great season, you're seeing why Santana Moss is coveted by this team. He added explosiveness that they were missing. And for Moss, it was all about an opportunity, an easy decision to jump from the Jets last year. Just 45 catches, almost double that, to produce the second most receiving yards in the NFL. All Moss ever wanted was an opportunity to have enough chances to be mentioned with the NFL's elite.
He wondered if he would ever get the chance, Susie, to live up to his potential. Hurt the first couple of years, and then not considered the prime receiver with the Jets. Well, he's a prime receiver now. Brunell flushed. He can still run and dives for the first down. Mark Brunell needed an extra couple of yards, stayed on his feet and got it.
It seems like in every game that the Redskins have needed down the stretch, Mark Brunell has done it with his head, with his arm, but also with his legs. This is just good enough. He knows where the first down marker is, does a little hurdle over Rondé Barber.
Simeon Rice is coming up, and watch, Simeon goes by him. He's rushing from the outside. Chris Samuels is blocking him. He lets him take the outside move. Brunell goes inside.
You can tell that the brace on that leg is restricting Brunell. He's a little more mobile in that show. Portis is back in against the run blitz. Got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard. Brunell suffered a sprained ligament in his right knee week 16 against the Giants when he was hit by linebacker Nick Greisen and forced to leave the ballgame. He did not miss a start, though, came back last week and led the Skins to a victory over the Eagles to secure a playoff spot. He had a career high 23 touchdown passes this year and threw for over 3,000 yards again. Second and long. Brunell with time and throws out of bounds. Jerron Bolden was there covering Moss, but Brunell was going to make sure if Moss didn't get it, nobody did.
Paul, you made reference to that block that Clinton Portis put on Shelton Quarles about 4 or 5 plays ago. Well, Clinton Portis has been in for one play since that. I think he might have aggravated a stinger that he had and got last week in the ball game.
Again, the Redskins are probably out of John Hall's field goal range. They need to pick up some additional yardage to give him a chance. Betts, draw play to the 29. From here, it would be about a 47-yard field goal try. Derek Brooks, the veteran All-Pro, made the tackle.
I love when kickers come on the field. John Hall's no different than most. He's whacking himself in the head. You know, I got to wake up because I haven't been out there for a while.
And I think that this is pretty much
his range.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much on the outside of his range, watching him in warm-ups.
Hall was hurt earlier in the year, and they used Nick Novak for field goals. 47-yard try.
Got it.
Plenty of distance, and got it. So John Hall counters the Bucs' earlier field goal. The Redskins are back up by 2 touchdowns. 5:34 to go first half. The Redskins lead at 17-3 over the Buccaneers. The 2 touchdowns really produced by the defense, Paul.
Well, you know, this defense, again, this is an attacking defense, and if you ask anybody on the defense what they do, they attack. Here's Cadillac Williams. He's trying to get some yardage. They're at the line of scrimmage. Now the interception on a tip ball by LeVar Arrington, and here's Cadillac fumbling the ball and a recovery. And watch how alert these guys are. They just, I mean, and here's the sack. Now Sims told us, he said there's, you know, 3 things I can't do. Can't throw interceptions, can't take sacks, we cannot put the ball on the ground. They've done them all.
Michael Pittman deep to receive Hall's kick. Good one this time. Pittman driven back to the 1. Tripped up as he got to the 20. Prelo downfield made a one-hand tackle. There is a flag down on the play. Mike Carey to sort it out with his crew.
During the return, holding by the receiving team, number 58. 10-yard penalty, first down.
The Bucs had the 2nd most penalties on special teams this year. Only New Orleans had more in the kicking game. Greg Williams, one of the most respected coaches in the NFL, has just signed a contract extension with the Redskins that makes him by far the highest paid assistant. He is the assistant head coach under Joe Gibbs for defense, but actually the defensive coordinator. Here's Cadillac Williams. Looked like he had a little opening, then gets drilled. But Williams, who has had all sorts of opportunities to become a head coach, decided he's going to stay in Redskin territory for a while. And a lot of clubs were concerned that there might have been something in the contract that would keep him in Washington. You can't do that. And he says there's absolutely nothing to it. There's nothing in the contract that prevents him from leaving. They just signed him an extension with a nice hefty raise. And he will be able to go wherever he wants, whenever he wants.
As a head coach, but he doesn't want to.
No, he is very satisfied where he is. Sims, whose success has been underneath, goes to Galloway, and he's swallowed up by Lamar Marshall, but it's a first down for the Bucs.
That will be John Gruden's biggest challenge against this Redskin defense. How can I find ways, and where can I put Joey Galloway to get him in position to be able to make plays and get his hands on the ball? There it is, right across the middle, working in and around the linebackers.
This is not what you expect out of Galloway, who averages 15.5 yards a catch. But the Redskins have denied him anything deep. Again, underneath, this is Pittman.
You know, when you talk about Greg Williams, Mike, I think what makes him so special is he really understands offenses. He understands what people want to try and do against his defense. So he gives them one look and then changes up and does something else. But the thing that he drives home is you have to tackle and you have to be aggressive. He asks his football players to play certain places and get the job done.
And boy, do they respond to him. Cadillac makes a couple of cuts, takes it to the 29-yard line.
The thing about him, he came into our meeting last night. He had a big old briefcase and a bunch of notes and things. And basically what he wanted to ask him was, all right, who's not going to play and who's going to play? And tell us a little bit about your defense. He was ready to spend the night.
Well, and you know, he really sitting down with him was like sitting down with Joe Gibbs. I mean, Greg had all the things on the defensive side of the ball you wanted to know. Coach Gibbs had everything on the other side of the ball that you wanted to know.
And it's the same thing with Tampa Bay. Those defensive coordinators have tremendous autonomy from their head coaches. They run that side of the ball. Third and short. Sims wants to throw, goes underneath, complete for another first down to Hilliard. So obviously Tampa Bay doing what the Redskins are giving them, which is the short passing game.
How about the credit you have to give John Gruden to put really the fate of this football team in the hands of Chris Sims. He has a lot of confidence in Chris Sims and what he's capable of doing.
Joe, look at the middle of this field. You've got two defensive tackles that are spread out over the guards. Look at the room. If you had a quarterback, and if Sims ever ran a quarterback draw, he could run for 15 yards.
Clock ticking down as we approach the 2-minute mark. Sims, man in his face, completes this one to his tight end Alex Smith, and Smith to midfield.
Alex Smith, tackled by number 53, Marcus Washington.
Smith, the good-looking rookie out of Stanford. And the Bucs moving with what looks to be their best drive of the ball game. They're at midfield, 2 minutes left in the half. Coming up on the Toyota Halftime Show, Chris Berman, Steve Young, Michael Irvin, and Tom Jackson. They'll have the first half analysis of our game here in Tampa. Al Michaels previews the Jaguars against the Pats. And the Pro Bowl starters will be announced for our game in Honolulu.
Is it cold in New England?
Oh, you're cruel.
It's not here. It's really nice here. I got a nice jacket.
Al and John are going to love you for that.
Chris Sims, 15 out of 17 today, but only 94 yards. Longest pass play, still 10. Sims again underneath to Galloway.
I am really impressed with Chris Sims' patience. John Gruden is calling a game and allowing his young quarterback to get set and find the openings and the holes in this Redskin defense. You know, 16 of 18, I don't care who you are, what the type of game is, that's special. And they're all on the money. These aren't great catches. These are terrific throws.
Redskins haven't blitzed in a long, long time. They've been coming with 4 men, and they do again.
Get rid of it.
Sims under pressure, throws it away. Good job by Sims to get out of there. Demetric Evans and Cornelius Griffin applying the pressure.
Yeah, we asked him yesterday, or day before yesterday, what he got from his father, Phil Sims. And he said, I'll tell you what, I got standing in the pocket, and I got patience, And it all came from his father. You know, when this young guy was in high school, he used to sit down with his father, Phil, and they'd watch film all the time. I mean, this kid learned an awful lot from his dad.
Standing in a pocket means you got to be tough. You got to take shots.
He's tough. I'll tell you, he's a big kid. He's a big man.
Here comes the blitz, and they got it. Greg Williams said he was going to be very judicious with it. Omar Stoutmire came flying up from a safety spot that time, and when they have come with it, they've made it count.
The classic example of a delayed blitz. Omar Stoutmire, number 23. He's back in the back. See him? Look at the delay. He waited for the hole to open, and once it did, he had a straight shot at Sims.
It looked like he was 20 yards away.
He was, and I think he tried to get Walt Harris to drop back to the middle. That might have been a blown blitz, which the Redskins lucked out on. See the discussion that's going on the sidelines? Secondary guys sometimes miscommunicate. That one they got away with.
Tampa Bay moved the ball very well, but now they have to punt, and Antonio Brown is back waiting on Bidwell's kick. Fair catch this time and makes it at the 14. 36-yard kick, no return, 30 seconds to go in the half. Let's check in with Susan.
Well, Mike, the big story of the game has been the play of this Redskins defense, one of the best in the NFL at scheming. And LeVar Arrington, it's his first playoff appearance, and he makes the best of it with the interception led to the Clinton Portis touchdown to make it 7-0. And the Redskins just kept on coming. Marcus Washington, who leads this Redskins defense, forces the fumble. Sean Taylor, who missed the last meeting, picks it up and takes it in. From there, field goal, with the Redskins with a 17-3 lead going into the half.
And Susie, right now they have no interest in doing anything but taking a knee and going to the locker room to talk about the final 2 quarters of the playoff game against the Bucs. What a first half for the Redskins.
Both defenses have played extremely well, and it looks like Tampa Bay's offense has found some rhythm, but that's a little bit of the problem you run into. When you start to commit to throwing the football, lots of things can happen.
Joe Gibbs has never lost a ball game when he went to the locker room with the lead. That's the story, the first half from Tampa. Let's go to Chris Berman. Boom. The Redskins defense swarmed on the Bucs offense this afternoon, and they have taken a 17-3 lead. Redskins over the Buccaneers. Welcome back to Tampa Bay, everybody. And you got the feeling in that first quarter the Redskins really shocked Tampa Bay. What do the Bucs have to do to make a game of this in the second half?
Well, I think they moved the ball quite well, to be honest with you. I think they have to try to get the ball to Joey Galloway down the field. The first game, they had big plays. They had 4 plays over 30 yards in that first game. They need to generate some kind of chunks of offense to be able to get in position to put some points on. I don't believe they can complete short passes this second half and make up 14 points in this game.
Paul, I would assume the Redskins would like to see some more offense. They have not moved the ball all that well, but they're in control of this game.
They are, and they will not get away from Clinton Portis. I'm going to tell you now, Santana Moss is being covered. He's not getting open either. What they've done, which we talked about yesterday, the day before, let's take the 2 wide receivers out of the game and let them play football. And that's basically what they've done.
Yeah.
The Redskins will continue to give the ball to Clinton Portis.
And the Redskins will get the ball to start the second half. And Joe Gibbs, who is undefeated in his career when he's gone into the second half with a lead, has it right now. There's LeVar Arrington, who had the first big turnover of the ball game. A tip pass that was intercepted, taken back deep in Bucs territory where Clinton Portis scored.
First things first, the Bucs on defense, they've got to take the ball away. They've got to create something on defense first before all these other things happen.
Well, that's what the Redskins did. I'm also curious. Clinton Portis has been in and out of the lineup with that stinger. Right after he hit Shelton Quarles with that great block, it looks like he might have aggravated. I'm curious to see what his status is. Now, he's putting a jacket on and the Redskins are going to get the ball on offense. So I'm not sure whether we're going to see him or not.
Bryant will kick off. Liddell Betts is back for the Redskins. Taken by one of the up men. Sellers has it. Sellers was in the wedge, but on the very short kick takes it back to the 31.
You know, when you talk about Clinton Portis, you talk about how he runs. Here he is away from the ball. And the guys that he's hitting, he's not hitting back. This guy's happy. He's dancing. What does he hit? Brooks, linebacker. Quarles, linebacker. And Stone, Quarles. I'm going to tell you what, this guy is a tough guy.
Betts will take over the running back spot as Portis remains on the sideline. And obviously, something is not right with Clinton Portis. Blitz coming. Betts. Bigger and a harder inside runner, although it's really more difficult to find somebody that runs harder inside than Portis. Here are the first half numbers. Total yards, both teams under 100. The one number on there that counts more than any, the 2 turnovers, because those set up the 2 Redskin touchdowns.
And also time of possession, almost 2-1 for the Redskins, which was the way it was in the first game. Tampa Bay, excuse me.
Betts again. Nothing.
I'll tell you one thing, that it changes the entire complexion of the Washington Redskins offense when Portis isn't in the ball game. Now all they really have to concern themselves with are 2 guys, Moss and Cooley. Now Cooley's only caught 1 pass in the first half. He was wide open. So apparently Tampa's made an adjustment.
Well, Betts is a good inside runner, but he doesn't have the speed that Portis can to break the big ones. Brunell to the shotgun, empty backfield. And down goes Brunell at the 33. The pressure came right up the middle from Ellis Wims, number 96.
It did, but I'll tell you what they did. They lined up on a line of scrimmage, and they hit. Jermaine Phillips hit Cooley coming off, and he had no place to go. Take a look at Cooley, 47. Bang, he gets hit right there. They got him covered. That thing opened up.
Well, that was Ray Brown that Wims came around. Ray Brown at 43 years old, playing right guard.
Mark Jones forced back to the 25.
Look out.
Jones reverses his field. He's got a chance to get a big one. And the punter, Derek Frost, showed you some speed. That may be the fastest punter that ever lived.
And he's hurt.
In stereo.
Frost could have saved a touchdown. As it was, the return was 23. Redskins on top 17-3. Derek Frost being tended to on the sideline. He was able to walk off under his own power. He made a brilliant play to save an even bigger game on the kick return. Cadillac Williams trying to get outside, taking hit after hit after hit. Picks up about 4.
Tackled by Lamar Arrington.
Frost goes down hard on that right shoulder.
Gain of 5.
Yeah, but you know, kickers just aren't used to bouncing off the ground. I mean, they're trying to make sure, you know, everything's all right inside the old eyeball.
When was the last time you heard of a punter on a tackling drill?
Not since you played, Paul.
Thank you very much. That's absolutely true.
Sims has another one knocked down. Looked like Salavea got it.
Salavea is timing this stuff perfectly.
Greg Williams, I talked to Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator of the Redskins, about knocking the ball into the ground. And what he basically says is what we're teaching our defensive linemen to do against Chris Sims, because he gets rid of the ball with such short drops. Take 2 steps of penetration, then find his arm and try and get the ball up.
16 out of 20, but only 102 yards for Sims. Everything underneath. Griffin jumps, but he got back. Unless you touch somebody, it's not a penalty. Sims again, over the middle. Pittman, wide open, and Sean Taylor goes helmet to helmet and takes him down at the 24. A gain of 23 yards.
What a nice job by Chris Sims, just keeping his composure. Everybody jumping off sides, steps up in the pocket. Boy, what a move Pittman put on Lamar Marshall, the middle linebacker, number 98. You mentioned it before, Paul. The middle of the football field has been exposed, whether it's Chris Sims having an opportunity to step up or whether it's Joey Galloway or Michael Pittman running in the middle.
Yeah, they're giving him the middle of the field. They've been doing it. This is now into the third quarter doing it.
That was the parting of the Red Sea. Sims on a boot. Beck inside the 10.
You know what you really like about the end of this play is Beck really has two choices. I could go out of bounds and save my body, or let me just go ahead and punish somebody. Watch this. Bang. I mean, these guys, you talk about contact on the field. Now they're holding on to the football, which they didn't do in the first quarter.
Former #1 draft choice of the Jets out of West Virginia. Had to get that in.
I know you did.
Jameel Cook with Allstott in the backfield, and Allstott hammers inside the 5.
Oh, he just ran over Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark, I had to believe that he was standing on a train track, and it was the local coming at him. Number 25 comes in to try and fill the hole. He hits him and just gets bent backwards.
I tell you, this is power. When you watch Allstott run, and we talked about it looking at film, Joe, on him, is that when he hits the hole, his shoulders are square. Now I tell you what, his shoulder pads have to be about 6 feet wide, first of all.
That's not his shoulder pads.
Then they get wider. But he is really square to the line of scrimmage. And man, does he unload.
Ryan Clark is not the first guy he's run over.
Jameel Cook is in front of him now, and you just got to feel that they're going to give the ball to Allstott going up in the middle. They only have about a little more than 1.5 yards.
Allstott had 2 touchdown runs and a 2-point conversion the first time they met, all in short yardage.
Boy, he had no place to go there.
This time, Salavea came in and got down around his knees.
If I'm John Gruden, I'm the offensive coordinator, I have to consider running a bootleg or a play action. Let the Redskin defense all converge on Mike Allstott and then go around and make a play.
You know, you really have to sell your body when you're down on the goal line. This stuff doesn't matter. These guys are flying around. That's Campbell, number 50, that just jumped in the middle. You know, there's nothing sacred down here. Go.
Not the place for the faint of heart. 3rd and goal. Tight formation. Bootleg. Sims. Touchdown.
He threw that ball into that ship. That's a pretty good arm. He threw it right into the ship.
Right into one of the cannons. What a play.
Dan Benning led him around the corner.
Look at it. Watch the guard come out. Benning, number 72. Bang! And all he has to do is make a little bit of contact. And Sims, man, is this any good? Make sure the ball goes over the pylon. Do you see that?
That goal line extends to infinity. The first touchdown of the game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The point after makes it 17-10, and that got the crowd back in it. John Gruden and Chris Sims. What a time for Chris Sims. First rushing touchdown of his professional career.
And he threw the ball away.
His dad should have taught him better than that. You saved the good souvenirs. The Redskins tell us there is nothing wrong with Clinton Portis. Liddell Betts on the return. Hammers out to the 35. On a great play call, Chris Sims on the bootleg scores the only Bucs touchdown of the game. Back in Tampa, where it's a 7-point game, the Redskins take over at their own 35. Clinton Portis, who racked up 144 yards the first time these teams met. The high for the year against the Buccaneers defense has been held to less than 20 in this game. Moss, what a move! He is so quick, ran right around Brian Kelly.
Mike, I believe in momentum, in life, in anything you do. And right now, the Tampa Bay Bucs, defensively, they stopped the Redskins the first time. They've gone down and scored a touchdown. They now have momentum on their side. When you're on the road, you have to pick up at least 2 or 3 first downs to try and take some of the steam out of this crowd.
Santana Moss was leaning to the inside as he made that catch. Immediately wheeled toward the sideline and got a first down. Portis looked like he bobbled that toss. Finally recovered it, got across midfield.
Clinton Portis, is a better back if he plays more. Spotting him like the Redskins are doing is not really the way that Clinton Portis is effective. He needs to touch the ball 20, 25 times. And the longer a game goes, the more he touches it, the more he gets lathered.
2nd and 5. Portis again. First down and more. Portis to the Bucs 44-yard line. Derek Brooks made the tackle.
I said when they come back, you got to get him back involved in the ball game and get the ball to Clinton Portis, because once you do this, and that's 2 runs in a row, both of them a little over 5 yards, and he picks up 11 total in 2 runs. But the more you do this, the more the outside opens up, and you've got to get it. Now's the time when you want to see a deep one to Santana Moss.
Joe Gibbs said Portis is one tough dude. He just goes looking for people to hit. Brunell dumps it to Portis, and he gets laid down hard. Ryan Neese hit him, and then Rondé Barber comes up the tattoo.
Well, this is one of those deals where you eliminate your running back. I mean, there's really no reason to, I mean, if you're smart at a quarterback, and now you're trying to get the ball away, you can get it back to the line of scrimmage, but don't dump it to a guy that doesn't have a chance to do anything. There are 2 guys in front of Clinton Portis. He catches the ball, but as soon as he does, he gets whacked.
That was only for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah. I mean, why would you, I'm sorry. We're up here and they're down there, but you don't throw that pass.
Betts comes in on 2nd and long. Brunell screen to Cooley. Oh, Cooley lost the ball. Brunell had the best shot at it and may have gotten it. Derek Brooks was the man who knocked it loose.
Chris Samuels had the first shot at it. Right now, if this is a heavyweight fight, the cards are starting to line up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Defensively, they're putting balls on the ground. The only thing is they're not recovering. They've had 2 opportunities for fumble recoveries. They haven't come up with either one. Great hustle by Chris Samuels just to keep the ball alive.
How about Mark Brunell?
Yeah, that was great hustle by him. And Derek Brooks made a tremendous move to get away from Casey Rabach. 3rd and a mile. Brunell throws it away. Moss was out there double covered. And the Redskins will have to punt it away. And their kicker, Derek Frost, has been treated on the sideline for an eye injury.
But you know what? This defense, and they've been playing well all night long. You got to remember that in the first quarter, the defense got the ball twice, one on the touchdown, and then Ericsson's interception that they took in for a touchdown. This offense for the Redskins, they have not done a thing.
Mark Jones backs inside the 10 and makes a very late fair catch signal. 49-yard punt and no return. Chris Sims scored the only Bucs touchdown. He's got the ball back.
Water, Joni almost drank the whole bucket. He's tough enough to do it.
He's defiant. You look up intense in the dictionary and you see John's picture.
Oh, you see Chucky's picture. Cadillac Williams trying to get to the outside. Clark is there. Takes him out of bounds. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, that last Bucs series fits perfectly into what John Gruden told me at halftime. Despite his young quarterback making just his 13th start, he said he is calm, cool, and composed, no problem. We just have to block better for him. And remember what Sims told us. The best thing about this team is they are battle-tested. They've had to rally lots of times. This is Buck football. It's not pretty, but we don't quit.
And Susie, that last carry was the first time Cadillac Williams had been able to get outside the entire game. He's got it again, this time inside, and spins for what could be enough for a first down. The numbers on Sims, tremendous percentage for 138 yards. Look at the numbers on Brunell. 6 out of 12, only 36 yards. He's only been able to throw the ball 12 times the entire game.
I like the confidence that John Gruden is showing in Chris Sims. As a matter of fact, when he took over for Brian Griese in Week 7, he said he put in more and gave the kid more to think about. Now that's a real credit to a coach to challenge his young quarterback.
Out of the eye this time. Sims on that boot. Under pressure, throws to Beck, and he is drilled the moment he touched it by the rookie Carlos Rogers, the Thorpe Award winner out of South Carolina, who's been hurt a lot of this year.
Well, Beck got hurt, and he walked off on his own, but it's just surprising that he held on to this football. Watch this hit, catch, bang, and he held it.
You get the sense in this game that Joey Galloway is a keg of dynamite, and you're just waiting for the fuse to be lit.
Two tremendous defenses battling each other this afternoon. Sims again, screen to Williams. No place to go. Tries to make a couple of guys miss. What defense? The screen turned out to be 3 defenders.
You know, it really is funny. If you didn't know it, when you looked at it, you would think that the Washington Redskins were the guys who were running this screen.
Wouldn't you?
Because they were the only guys out there. I don't know what happened to the offensive line. When they throw this play, watch your left-hand side of the screen, folks. All you see are white shirts. The offensive line never got out to the outside, but the defense sure did.
Big play here, 3rd and 9. Approaching the 3-minute mark, 3rd quarter. 3-man rush this time. Sims going to try to run. Marcus Washington was waiting for him. Griffin was there.
I can believe in that headset that John Gruden said to Chris, just don't do anything stupid.
And he didn't. He did a good thing.
Oh, now
and
we got
penalties at the end of the play. People were woofing at each other.
And one of those woofers was Sean Taylor.
Which he is.
He's a woofer.
After the ball is dead, personal foul and unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 21. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
What a bonehead play by
21.
Sean Taylor. The play's over. You force him to punt.
That's Pittman he's talking to. Watch this, folks. All right, here we go. Pittman hit it for. Wait a minute.
How do you do this? Now wait a sec. This is something that should be reviewed upstairs. You cannot give a 15-yard penalty to a player that did nothing when the other player hit him.
That's terrible.
I'm very curious to see what the officials in the booth are going to do. This is an extremely bad call.
It's not reviewable.
And an unbelievable mistake. See, in a game of this magnitude, the officials should not be allowed to make this kind of a mistake. And, you know, if it was Sean Taylor that hit Michael Pittman and that happened, then I would have said the same thing. That is an absolute terrible, terrible call. That means that nobody saw anything. They just threw a flag.
Instead of punting, the Bucks have a first down at the 37. What a momentum changer. And then Cadillac Williams drilled at the 40. This is a shocking call.
Sean Taylor is right in the middle, number 21. All right, watch what he does here.
Now, all he's doing is jawing. That's all. He's talking. He hasn't. Now, no flags have been thrown. Kerry starts to step in. Michael Pittman hits Sean Taylor, and they charge Sean Taylor with the penalty.
I've got all the respect in the world for this officiating crew, but they missed that one.
Well, the worst part about it is Sean Taylor is now on the bench.
Sims tipped in the air again. Well, hopefully that call will not have anything to do with the outcome of this game, but that...
Now, unfortunately, the other part of that is a coach is mad at Sean Taylor. They get mad at him for creating and giving the Bucks this opportunity. And so the coach is mad at him.
And he didn't
The Bucks
do it.
get a first down, and nothing is, he didn't deserve it.
Well, look at the players on the sideline. They're not even talking to him. And maybe the referee heard him say something, but the swing was by Pittman.
And now Sims will have to burn a timeout because the Redskins were at the line of scrimmage to blitz. The biggest event in sports is coming to ABC Sunday, February 5th. Will the Patriots win an unprecedented third straight, or will a new champion emerge? Join ABC in Detroit to find out. Pre-game coverage of Super Bowl 40 starts February 5th at 2:30 Eastern on ABC Sports.
Monty Kiffin was out in the middle of the field, the defensive coordinator. I don't know, was he thrown out of the game? They didn't say anything.
Sean Taylor is leaving the field, going to the locker room. Well, he has certainly had his problems, but if he's being punished for this, they're wrong. He was ejected from the ball game, we are told. And now it's taking on ridiculous proportions. Sims wants a screen, throws incomplete to Pittman, and a great job by Lamar Marshall right in the middle of that screen.
Let me make a point here. Sean Taylor did not play the first time that the Bucks played the Redskins. So this defense can do it without him.
Joe, what happened was, the word we got is he spit in Pittman's face. And that, I'm going to smack you. If you spit in my face, I'm going to smack you, and I don't care how big you are.
If he did that and the referee saw it, then he deserves the penalty and deserves to be thrown out.
Then the official is correct.
But he really put his teammates in a terrible spot. Antonio Brown is drilled out of bounds.
Yeah, they threw the flag.
Jameel Cook hit him 5 yards out of bounds.
I mean, what are you thinking about?
This is a game that has the potential to get out of hand, and I'm sure Mike Carey is going to keep it that way. Obviously, he did with the Sean Taylor situation. Both these defenses are playing at a very, very high, intense level.
Well, here we go. You're out of bounds. Well,
you
not
can't
much
hit
of an excuse for that one.
I mean, the guy's almost past the white line, and he gets hit.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Late hit out of bounds. Kicking team number 43 from the dead ball spot. 15 yards. First down.
Let's go back to the call on Sean Taylor. And if what is being relayed by the officiating crew, and like we said, we have all the respect in the world for Mike Carey and his crew. If they saw Sean Taylor spitting in the face of an opponent, then it is a deserved 15-yard penalty.
It was just before the head slap. You could see his head bob a little bit. But tell me, one of you guys is moved. Someone spit in your face, you're not going after him?
Mike Carey's right there. He had to see it. He made the call.
Redskins ball at the 49. As it turned out, it didn't hurt them on that drive, but they lose the tremendous speed and hitting ability of Sean Taylor. Tight end.
Well, you're starting to come down to one final quarter of whether you continue to play in the tournament, headed for the Super Bowl, or else you're done, you pack your bags, and you go home.
And both of these teams have played so well down the stretch. The Skins 5 in a row, Tampa Bay 4 out of 5 to qualify. They show blitz and come with it. Portis with a seam off the left side, can't quite get out there.
Well, you know what? The Washington Redskins, and you
Yep.
Great point.
Yeah, Cherry's Jubilee.
Yeah, it's 220. It's a 220, not a 150. It's 220. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No. 220. 220. From the wipe on to wipe off, they're always 15. 90. Those billboards turn out to
Portis, the ball carrier. First round, right next to Jackson. Second down, 1. Clayton's crew. Cue ballers. Max Mob. Topaz Heroes. D-Jack's Dreamers. Nieces Pieces. Flip Squad. Blazes 84th Air Squadron. Yanis Youngsters. Student Runs Report. Satellite Kids. Waiting Warriors. Sushi Stars. And BK's Corner. Let's give these kids a round of applause. First down, Tampa Bay. Once again, time to take this week's Buccaneers student athlete presented by Raymond James. Here's this week's profile. This Buccaneers student athlete was the first team All-Pac-10 selection. 2004 runner-up to the Mackey Award and consensus second team All-American. And the honorable mention All-Pac-10 denominator. This Buccaneers student athlete is tight end Alex Smith. return to set up the Buccaneers at their own 49-yard line. Quarterback Chris Sims got Michael Pittman on third down for a 23-yard gain. On the next play, Sims hit tight end Anthony Beck for 14 yards and another Buccaneer first down. Next up was the A train. Mike Longstock rumbling 8 yards down to the 2-yard line. That set up the 2-yard touchdown run by quarterback Chris Sims. 7 plays, 51 yards, touchdown Tampa Bay. Advance Auto Parts is a proud peer partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Advance Auto Parts, we're ready to get back.
illegal formation. Offense, 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty is still first down. Easy, baby. Fourth down. The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass because in the process of making a catch, the ball came loose when he hit the ground. We'll review it with instant replay. Being challenged by Tampa. The receiver, in the process of making a catch, was going to the ground. Independent of his knee hitting, if the ball comes loose upon contact to the ground, by rule, incomplete. Fourth down. Third and final team timeout. False start. Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty is still first down.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10. On behalf of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, thank you not only for attending today's game,